Hi folks, welcome again to the channel. Juan here from Physical Media EU. Today we have another Blu-ray review from the Criterion Collection, Y tu mamá también. Hello again, I'm tuning in for another review, this time a film by Alfonso Cuarón, Y tu mamá también. But before we start, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, especially if you're interested in physical media. You can also find me on Instagram with the same handle, Physical Media EU, where I post detailed pictures of all the items that are reviewed. With that said, we can begin with the presentation. You can see this very beautiful cover in this digipack released by Criterion. Here the back, if you want to pause the video, now is a good time, but of course you will find a picture of this on Instagram. Now on the wrap that covered this movie, it came with this sticker, as it normally happens with the Criterion releases. And now if we open this up, here we have the digipack, which has a booklet which we'll explore now in a second, and then here the movie. There was a previous release from Criterion that looks exactly the same, but on the previous version it was a combo Blu-ray plus DVD, and there was actually two DVDs, so you can find photos on the internet and you're not sure why it had 3 discs. That's the reason. Now let's take a look at the booklet. So front and back, it has a little table of contents, which first it has a list of the chapters of the movie, then cast and credits, then there's an essay called Dirty Happy Things by Charles Taylor, and then most of the rest of the booklet is biographies of the characters, which we'll see now in a second. And lastly, there's a little text about the transfer. So here is the essay. As you can see, the booklet is in English because this is a US release from North America. So that's important to mention because the Blu-ray is region A locked, so you need region A or multi-region Blu-ray player to be able to play this movie. So see, there are some photos here as well, and here is the part about the biographies. So each of the characters, let me find one, has its own dedicated part in the book. For example, here is Diego Luna. Lastly, the text about the transfer says Y tu mamá también is presented in its original aspect ratio 1:85:1, black bars at the top and bottom of the screen as normal for this format. Supervised by director of photography Emanuel Lubezki, this new digital transfer was created in 4K resolution on a scanny film scanner from the original camera negative. Thousands of instances of dirt, debris, and scratches were manually removed using MTI DRS, while Digital Vision's Phoenix was used for small dirt grain and noise reduction. Moving on, in case you don't know the movie, this is a movie from 2001, directed by Alfonso Cuarón, and the cast includes Maribel Verdú, Gael García Bernal, and Diego Luna, which all of them were very young at the time of this movie. And one thing I loved about this movie is that it shows kind of how life is in the rural side of Mexico, and it's very crude. It shows, I think it shows how life is for many there in Mexico, and even though many parts or scenes might look improvised, there has been a lot of attention to detail on how the movie was filmed. And Alfonso Cuarón, in case you don't know him, you might know other movies he directed, like Gravity, Children of Men, and Roma, which are all amazing movies that I definitely can recommend. So definitely I wanted to get this release from Criterion, being such a nice presentation. Now the picture quality is nothing that will blow your mind, but the movie looks very good, especially in the daylight scenes. The audio mix is also good. I speak Spanish myself, but the jargon that some of the characters speak would have been very difficult to hear or understand properly if the audio mix was not good enough. I didn't have any problem with that. I thought the dialogues were pretty clear beyond the choice of words sometimes that they had. So for both video and audio quality, I think this is a solid transfer. Besides that, it also has a good amount of bonus features. It has some deleted scenes. It has a set of interviews archival back from when the movie was filmed, and now at the movie in retrospective. So that's very interesting because now the actors have a longer trajectory, they have participated in bigger projects, so it's interesting to see how they see the movie today. There is also a behind the scenes video, also some deleted scenes, which of course are in lower quality than the Blu-ray. Then there is a short film from 2002 called You Owe Me, directed by Carlos Cuarón in this case. Also trailers, and an interesting thing to mention is that also the subtitle track in this release is new. This is important for the reason I was mentioning before regarding the jargon that the characters have. So in the subtitles, the dialogue is not translated literally, but adjusted to the meaning of what they are saying. And the last bonus feature that I wanted to mention here that I found very interesting, it was a short interview, like 9 minutes I think it is, with the philosopher Slavoj Zizek. So I thought it was a very fun interview, and he provides very in-depth insights about the movie. It's very interesting to see how he sees, because I think he's very good at explaining what is happening beyond what you see in the film. So things happening on the background, he's good at connecting those things. So I thought it was a very interesting and funny interview. Lastly, I would like to mention how I got this movie. So this is a release from the US, and although there is a standard Blu-ray release of this movie, but I think it's a little difficult to get. It's not that spread. With that said, the standard release maybe you can find for $2. Who knows? Because it's just like a standard normal release with like no love put into it. And on the other hand, the Criterion releases are normally somewhat expensive. But remember, the Criterion has 2 annual sales, or 2 bigger ones through Barnes and Noble, which unfortunately they don't ship to Europe or anywhere outside the United States. But while those sales are going on, keep an eye on the regular websites where you normally buy movies, because some other websites tend to lower the prices, not exactly to match the prices from Barnes and Noble, which are 50% off, but still you can get a significant discount. In my case, I got this one at Amazon.com in the United States, shipped to Europe, and I got it no problem in after about 10 days. So definitely that's another way you can get them as well. And that's all for the review. I hope you liked it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also check out on Instagram photos of this release and also from previous reviews. And I would love to hear in the comments if you have watched this movie or other Alfonso Cuarón movies. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all at Okie Dogs.